Good morning.
I'm Eric.
I'm Robin.
Wanderboom.
How you doing?
Coffee time.
Yeah, so we did have some a couple of suggestions about what to call it. We were thinking Wanderbrew. I don't know if I like that. We just kind of threw that out there. But one of them was Nomads.
It's definitely morning. I mean,
yeah,
we're sporting our Wisconsin
we
teams
we're
here.
representing right now because we didn't get to see anything.
Maybe the Brewers will still have a season. We'll see how that goes. And come on, Badgers. We want some sports, please.
They said that we probably would have won the championship or something.
Yeah, that was
Go Badgers.
The Badgers. The NCAA tournament thing. I love there was a T-shirt giveaway about would have been national champs, if a bunch of things would have went a certain way.
Right.
But
it was pretty funny.
So yeah, so we got a lot of really nice, bunch of good questions from our last Thursday's coffee coffee.
Kind of from
time,
all of the videos since we've
question
been.
and answer.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, there are others that we've had from before that, and then so we're going to try to answer some of the ones from that we've just gotten generally, but got a couple of real good ones from our specific requests to give us questions, and so. So we're going to take a start answering some of them for you.
Yeah.
So a couple quick one here. Jane Mora, thanks for asking. Says I grew up in the Upper Peninsula and Wisconsin. What is your ethnicity? My family is Finnish and German. Just curious. Well, so are mine. Actually, Finnish, German, and English and Dutch. Wanderboom is actually Dutch. Vanderboom is my actual name. Which means of the tree or from the tree in Dutch. That's the namesake is Dutch, but have Finnish and German and English for my other grandparents. So
he comes from upper
Minnesota there on the Iron Range is where they came from up there.
Upper New York in the Finger Lakes area.
And then north upstate New York as well. So we got some connections out that way also. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I am not from Wisconsin. I am a transplant.
Yeah.
So, but I was born in Reno, Nevada, and then I lived most of my life in California. Well, actually, no, I didn't live most of my life in California. I lived most of my life in Wisconsin now. Before I met Eric, I lived most of my life in California. We met in Santa Cruz.
And we'll go into that a bunch more.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes you'll see my Banana Slugs sweatshirt because that's where I graduated college. And
go Slugs!
Then Eric dragged me back to the Midwest to live in Madison for 25 plus years. And that was wonderful. Yeah. We had a great life there until we decided to do this thing. So, anywho, after that. So, my heritage is supposedly, because you never know these things for sure, but father side Irish, Scottish, Scotch-Irish. Mother side, so my father side Morrison. Mother side French, Danish, supposedly Native American. Supposedly my grandpa was like at least half Native American. But my grandma and my grandpa got divorced very early, and so my mom never really knew her dad. So we don't know.
There you go.
Nobody knows. We'll have to do one of those genealogy tests to see. All right, and there's another question, or another actually suggestion about a book, which I love those.
Since we mentioned about what we're watching and reading and all that.
Dunn Dennison asked, I might like Barbara Scher's book about polymaths. She calls us scanners, refuse to choose about doing all kinds of things. That sounds really interesting. I'm going to look into that. Thank you so much. I love those suggestions.
Yeah,
I like Malcolm Gladwell. I usually read his books. They're kind of like pop. I wouldn't call them pop psychology. It's kind of like cultural anthropology of the modern age. So that's how I look at it. What crazy things our human brains do. Because we do crazy things. I mean, look at what's going on.
One from Ben about a stabilizer point. I don't really get why we would need a stabilizer. Thanks, though.
Thanks, Ben.
No, but seriously. Yeah, no, thanks, guys. We've gotten a couple other ones, too. I know Mary Cox, who comments a lot. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Says, loves your voices, pretty good.
Thanks for watching, too.
Coffee part of your vlog. But mentioned about Peter McKinnon videos. I know he's
he's really good.
Canadian
we like
YouTuber, and that's one of our things. I mean, if you go back to some of our first, the first couple of months of our videos, you can see we were completely clueless about how to do this, and we're slowly getting better at it.
And getting better at the editing software.
Right now, for these, all we're doing is using an iPhone on this arm that we have that is for, you can put your iPad on it to watch movies and stuff. We're not really.
That's what we use it for most of the time. This is
kind
of a free form.
This is just sort of
our free form.
The idea of, we're just waking up, so we don't want to spend, half an hour, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes setting everything up and getting it all set up. And, we just kind of wake up, throw the camera up on the thing here and start talking to you.
And just so you know, we'll be, our Thursdays will be several days edited into this. So it'll be like a whole week of us doing this morning chat, but it'll just be edited into one video on Thursdays because we figure we're not going to know everything we want to say in one day. Right. So we're just going to do little snippets and answer questions as they come along. And
and people are watching it and throwing in questions probably right up until, Thursday again. So we'll try to get as many of them in there leading right up. So we may be wearing different clothing on different mornings, so just so you're aware, it's not all the same morning.
Yeah, so we'll just be, that's how we're going to do this thing.
Hey, we're back.
Hi.
So Brian Hemrich asked, I have a question about your coffee grinder. Do you like it? How does it work? Where did you get it? We actually got it on Amazon. I think we saw it on someone else's YouTube channel, one of our bus people that we were watching videos on. I think it might have been Rolling Vistas, but I'm not quite certain. I tried to look it up again on our Amazon orders, and it's no longer that particular one. It's called Oxifame, Oxifame, Oxifame. For some reason, it's not coming up on Amazon right now for our previous orders. So, but yeah, it's really nice. It's great.
It's really
you just put
simple.
you just put the beans right in there. Takes about 2 or 3 minutes to grind them up, which is actually nice because it's like while the water is boiling, you're grinding, and then by the time it's ready, it's perfect timing almost every time. And it says a really good solid grinder, so it seems to work really well, and no power needed. So
and grinds coffee really well.
No draw on our power usage.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again, Brian. And again, just a little tip for everybody too. If there's anything you see in any of our videos, I'm still again figuring all this stuff out about how to get on Amazon Associates and link things to people and all that fun tech stuff. But on the Wanderboom.com, our Wanderboom.com website,
you can link from there.
I have put on now links to a bunch of the primary things that we used when we were building this. We bought almost all of the stuff that was like the refrigerator and a lot of the things through Amazon. So I have linked those now. And so if you are looking to buy those things, if you could please use that link, that would be great, because then we get a little 2-3% or a little cut or whatever if you do order through there. It's not going to make us rich or anything, but good. Could help put
gas money, $5
or $10 in the gas tank.
When we're actually moving again.
Yeah, so please, check that out at wanderboom.com. And if you're interested in any of the products, and if they're not listed there, again, throw that on the questions here, and then I will link it up on the next chat. And again, next time you can just go right from there. So we got a really nice and very thoughtful question here from Island Wit 1. Thanks again for watching all the videos and all your nice questions. And she's planning on a future in bus life. And so she said, good morning, I do have a couple of questions. Don't have a bus yet. In the planning stages. Watched a lot of our videos on the Schoolie Palooza and stuff, but had the idea that van bus life would give one self-sustaining existence that would support isolation, which in this virus situation would be ideal, which we have been saying. We were mentioning that on Adventure Van Man's video too. I know it seems like kind of silly that why would you close BLM land and close all these places?
And they're not closed everywhere. They're closed some places.
Perfect for distancing away from everyone.
Right.
But the lack of long-term places to stay seems to be an issue. So in this nomadic lifestyle, where of course you want to wander, how often do you want to stay put for an extended period of time?
And that's question 1.
Yeah, let's do that one first. We don't really like to stay put very long. I mean, we stayed quite a bit this last fall at Robin's Sisters in Reno for a number of different reasons. I was doing a bunch of work on the van.
We were buying a car.
It is nice to have, we don't have a home base. We don't own any property anywhere. We completely separated ourselves from all of that. But we do have family and friends in different places. So, yeah, back in June, We were in California for a while, hanging out with a bunch of friends, and again, I don't have any. There's no problem with the driveway surfing or what are they, mooch docking is a lot. We've only stayed in state parks, national parks, or whatever for 3 or 4 nights in a year and a half, and we've only done RV parks
2 RV parks
once or twice for 2 or 3 nights. So I mean,
1 night.
Yeah, we've either been on BLM or national forest land or some free land, boondocking, or we've been mooch docking, hanging out with friends and family in a driveway or somewhere.
Or sometimes we're camping on BLM with other friends.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes, it just depends on where we are, where the people we know are. I'd say no more than 4 or 5 days in one place in general.
Yeah. We're both pretty introverted. That's what's ironic about a lot of YouTubers that do this are introverts. They kind of want to just get away from everybody and get away from the world. But then you do a YouTube channel, so it's like, well, you can't be an introvert if you're doing a YouTube channel. But the thing is, this is great because we don't have to be all the time around a lot of people. We prefer most of the time to be out in some beautiful little spot out in the middle of a national forest and just hanging out for a week or so, and then we have to make a run in to go get some water or get some food. But most of the time we like to just kind of be out on our own in some beautiful spot. So we typically don't hang out at a property or on someone else's land or whatever. It's again now with these circumstances with the virus. Luckily, we had a good friend in New Mexico here that had a spot we could hang out where we could hook up to water and electric.
Right, and just wait it out.
Yeah, just ride this thing out for a while. So.
And we're really lucky. Yeah, I think that's what most of our friends have ended up doing, and going to find mooch docking with friends where they can just stay for an extended period of time, or going to their relatives and stay for extended period of time, and not just for them, but just to keep an eye on. Yeah, everyone's worried about everyone else right now.
Yeah. So the second question here from our friend Island Wit 1 was, I find it interesting that the nomads I'm watching are prone to planning their calendars by joining events and caravans, so staying very connected to their tribe. Why do nomads head out alone only to join up? And do they ever spend time sans the group? So we just talked about that a little bit. And again, that's kind of our thing. Well, and what we've discovered since last year, a year and a half ago, is again, there's sort of this whole convergence in Arizona in December and January for the RTR. Again, thanks to Bob Wells. And thanks, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
And we, kind of fell right into that just based on all the YouTube videos and following who is who and, the whole Quartzsite Arizona thing. And so it's become like we said in an earlier video, it's kind of like the social season. It's like most nomads do during the rest of the year scatter all over the country. Go to Alaska, go to South America, Central America,
especially summertime,
travel all over the U.S. But a lot of times, again, with the nice weather in the Southwest, it just kind of makes sense in the wintertime that people all end up heading back down to Arizona. And it is a gorgeous climate for that time of the year. And then you can reconnect with all these people that, again, we met all these people at Schoolypalooza and all that the year earlier. And so then it was like, made all these great friendships, and then everyone scattered, and then we all kind of got back together again, and it's great to see those friends, and then make a bunch of new friends again that we may run into again next. There are, Bob Wells does have his caravans that he's set up now, which are great for people. A lot of solo travelers in particular. It's really nice to have a bit of a support group to be able to travel with and hang out with.
Especially when you're starting out.
And they've dialed it in really well. So we'll put a link on there on here about how to get to those for people that might be interested in that. Because we have the two of us to be our own little group. What about that stabilizer? So, no, but we have each other, so we we like to kind of be out on our own and not necessarily be around people that much. And one of the nice things about all that was even there this last winter, we had our times to be off by ourselves for 2, 3, 4 days at a time.
We'd always have to do that.
Then we'd meet up again with some of our friends and hang out for another 2 or 3 days or for a week or two, and we go back out on our own for a little while. And because some people like to just group up with a bunch of people and travel together, and like I said, little kind of mini tribes that all hang out together through the year. It just depends on your situation and what you like to do.
Well, you choose how social you want to be. If you live in a neighborhood, you're stuck there. So if you don't like your neighbor, that sucks for you because you can't go anywhere unless they go somewhere. With this lifestyle, you don't ever have to worry about your neighbor. If you don't like them, you can just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you choose your neighbors carefully. That's what we found too, is that you have to be just like in life, you have to choose carefully the people that you're willing to spend time with and want to put your energy around. And you know, there's people that are just energy suckers, and you don't want to be around those people.
Yeah,
and we all know that.
This does go to her third question, which was when you first headed out and joined gatherings, how welcoming were people and of new strangers?
Incredibly
welcoming. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that just blew our minds at first. I mean, again, how incredibly open. I mean, you know, like you find people again that can have totally varied, you know, backgrounds, ages, political,
culture,
persuasions and whatever. But bottom line is people that are all nomads are doing a nomadic lifestyle of whatever kind, whether it's in a nice fifth wheel or in a, you know, Honda CRV.
Right.
You know, we all are having similar experiences and similar, you know, times out here, and are incredibly open and willing to help each other. Again, we met.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
We met Badge through Jax, who we just kind of met through stumbled across in the whole YouTube universe, and again, it was weird. And then we went to Jamie's van build, and it was just like one thing after another, just met all these incredible people that opened it up to all these more incredible people, you know, and so it's amazing. It's an amazing community of people, and again, there are some oddballs out there that you find out, and you know, some you may want to avoid a little bit, but you know,
just like life,
it's just like anywhere, it's just like anywhere in the world, you know, you're going to have some people that you know, you don't necessarily want to be around all that much, but everybody that we've met has been incredibly positive and welcoming and helpful and sharing.
Oh God, it's amazing.
I mean, it's just it's an amazing bunch of people, and I think.
And you can be as introverted and alone, or as extroverted and social as you want. You make that decision. It's completely up to you. You know, for Eric and I, it's kind of perfect because, you know, I know that people just get sick of us if we hung out too long, so we need to get away from people.
What's that thing about the
fish?
The fish, and after 3 days it starts to stink.
Something was hanging. So look at the stash is coming along.
Yeah, it's filling back in pretty fast. Yeah. So Island Wit 1. I hope that helps. And again, feel free to fire off any more questions. We, you know, we love to help people, and like we were just saying, it's been an amazing community of people helping us as we were figuring this all out.
Yeah.
So as more people get into this around the country and around the world, you know, we're happy to share our experiences and our knowledge with people, and
just watch the people that you like. That's what we did.
Yeah.
We watched the people that seem to have it. You know, everyone's going to have their bad days and their mishaps and all the things that happens, and sometimes that seems to be the clickbait, and people want to look at like, oh, when I got stopped by the cops, or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
We've had a very boring nomad life in those terms. We've never been knocked on. We've never been stopped. We've never been.
No tickets, never knocked on during the night yet.
Yeah,
I mean, just
we
amazing.
haven't.
But I think part of that too is there's something about shuttle buses, and especially just plain white ones like this, that
kind of
it's like they're invisible. People just don't even notice them. They just think, oh, it's some tour group or something that's off on a hike or something, you know, or it's whatever. You know, it's like for some reason, you know, knock on wood, we're so far all good.
Yeah.
So again, thanks Island Wit for all your good questions. So we've been doing pretty well so far. I mean, as of this viewing, or as of this video, we'll be over 2.5 weeks now, quarantined, and we're going to go into an upcoming video about the details of, again, how we're handling all of the what we're doing to stay safe and to keep things, you know, again, we're in a location that's particularly good. Again, we're in a part of southwestern New Mexico, with very few cases, so we're lucky that way, so that the odds are even better for us. But and I hope again everyone is staying as safe as you can and following all those distancing rules and all that fun stuff.
Hope everyone's trying to make the best of this. I know that's a hard one. I'm worried about my sister is going back to work in a hospital on Monday, so
she had a little scare,
had a quarantine because she had a fever. She got tested. It took about over a week to get the results of the test.
I mean, so someone in the healthcare profession.
And she's a healthcare professional. She's a radiology tech. So she'd be the person that would be doing the chest x-rays on the COVID-19 patients. She's going back to work tomorrow. Happy Easter, by the way, everybody.
Oh,
it is
right.
Easter.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this will be on Thursday, but you know, we just want to say
we're
happy Easter.
We're recording a bunch of this over the course of the week.
We record this over the course of the week, but
happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And so we are. I'm just worried a little bit. you know, just worry about my sis. Hope she can stay safe. I don't know. The curve in Nevada doesn't seem like it's going to be that horrible. Hopefully, so we'll find out. But no, we just wanted to say we hope everyone is staying safe and sound and not going nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think everyone's kind of reaching that point now, a little bit of stir craziness in a lot of situations, and
that's why we go out for a hike.
Yeah,
you know,
nice. Yeah. Again, if you have the option to be able to get out and get away and not interact with anyone, you know, but be able to get out into nature, you know, and do a little tree bathing, as they call it in Japan, you know, do it, because it's such a huge, awesome, you know,
it's therapy for us.
Such great
anyway.
Therapy, yeah.
That's how we,
you know, if you're cooped up in a house, just, you know, binge watching things, it can get a little bit crazy on your brain, and nice to just get out and into nature and walk around the trees and catch some fresh air. And
it is nice for us to be to be around. There's people here, and so we're quarantined together. So you can go and be social if you want to, and join in the social. We were playing bocce ball yesterday, or whatever the thing is, or
extreme bocce,
or just hang out in the van, which I like to do. Let's do it anyway. That's why
we designed it the way we did, so we can.
Yeah, if you need to get away. So I hope everyone's just doing good. I just this is hard.
Yeah.
This sucks. But it's working.
Yeah.
We can see that it's working, and so that's why I think it's really important to save lives, to keep doing it. I think we can do this for another couple months if we had to, and hopefully get this to where we can
get it under control.
Yeah.
So get back to some semblance of a life in the world.
So when we talk about things to be obsessed about, I'm obsessed right now about the restaurant industry. We love the restaurant industry. We love especially small mom and pops, places that have been around for a long, long time, that are
bus boy at 15.
That's how we both. I had two of the most amazing small business restaurant jobs in Ojai, California when I was in high school, and I can't even talk about how awesome they were. I learned about food. I learned about how to what good food was then.
Yeah, thanks. That works out nicely for me.
If anyone remembers the Coulee Bar in Ojai and Miners Oaks. And L'Auberge, which was in Ojai in the 80s. Those were two of the places I used to work, and they're amazing.
If any of you are familiar with
those places. If any of you are familiar with Ojai in the 80s, you might remember those two restaurants. So I'm obsessed about losing 70% of our restaurant industry in this country. I'm terrified that all these great restaurants and brew pubs, and we have an amazing food society in this country.
Well, and one thing... different for us again out here, we don't have the option to order food from anywhere.
No,
so if
we could, we would.
Yeah, if you're in a bigger city and there are those restaurants that are still doing food to through Grubhub or whatever.
If you can afford to help them out,
order that food and do everything you can to keep those restaurants rolling. because a lot of them are still open that way, at least to kind of.
And I know there's a lot of businesses that are gonna. That people are afraid for, and I'm not trying to, But I just think restaurants in general, with this specific type of pandemic, are going to suffer greatly, and I'm just really worried about it. That's such a part of our vibrant culture in this country, and
small businesses. I mean, again, they're local small businesses that are supporting your town and your neighborhood. So get out there and order that food if you can, man. And when they do come back, be sure to get out there and support them.
So that's what we're going to try and concentrate on if we get that $1,200 check or whatever we're supposed to get, then that's going to go back into the restaurant businesses, I think. Schedule that for that. So we did have another question from our good friend Gina. And hi Gina. And actually it was from Finnegan.
Yeah, she's got a cute little dog.
Yeah, so Finnegan. And he was asking about, in the first video about the big black dog, and if he was getting more pets than Finnegan, and I think you should maybe put your hands over Finnegan's eyes and ears for a sec. Just for a second. You ready? Yeah. It's not as if he gets more pets. It's just that there's a lot more to pet. Lots more. A lot more.
That's Kingsley.
This is Kingsley. I'm gonna say hi. He's got a really big head. We love Finnegan. We love you, Finnegan. You're such a sweetheart.
See you, Gina.
And there he goes.
Putting away the social media.
Yeah, we're filming, honey.
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Okay, so
keep those questions coming.
Thanks for joining us for our Thursday coffee.
Yeah, I hope we...
Our coffee clutch. I don't know what it is. There was the one that said, Nomads staying in place drinking coffee. Like that was one of the suggestions.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you for
funny.
that possibility. We're just thinking, we're just gonna be just us drinking coffee. There's so many other coffee ones out there in references. So
yeah.
But thanks for all the questions, and again, keep thinking of more for us for next week. We got where we are, what we're doing, what we're watching,
any nomadic questions about like the last year and a half or so,
how we live our what we do with the van every day, kind of day to day sort of stuff. Any of that kind of thing is always fun to let us. If you're wondering how this all works, give us a question
or how we do it specifically, because I'm sure we don't do it like anyone else.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yes, we are our own specific little entity on the planet.
Probably.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
See you next time. Bye.